Hi, it's Rich Carrubba for bowlingball.com. Let's say you're a new bowler, a beginning bowler, or maybe someone that's been bowling for a while and you're averaging 130 or less, and you're trying to work on learning a little bit more about alignment on the lanes. One good thing to do is to learn as much as you can about using the bowling lane arrows. And in order to do that, in order to learn effectively how to use the bowling lane arrows, you must first understand how they're located in reference to the pins on the deck and why they're located about 15 feet past the foul line in that range. They're used for sighting purposes, for targeting purposes. It's always easier to hit a target that's closer to you than looking all the way down at the pins 4 times as far away from you, particularly when you stand back on the approach and you're setting up to walk to the foul line and bowl. Also, the direct line of your eyes sighting at the arrows can help you keep your head and shoulders real steady when you're walking to the foul line and stay focused on your target so your accuracy improves. A lot of good benefits from using the bowling lane arrows properly. Now, the center arrow corresponds to the center dot, guide dots, at the foul line and back on the approach at 2 more locations as you move further away from the foul line back on the approach. And since the lane, let's say it's about 39 boards wide, 40 boards wide, the center board is number 20. Okay, so regardless if you're left-handed, right-handed, if you're left-handed, the second arrow would be the second arrow in from the left edge of the lane, opposite for right-handers. The center guide dot is number 20 board for both of you, and you want to start from the edge nearest your bowling shoulder, start counting boards 1 to 20 to the center, and then from 21 to 40 across the board, lane correspondingly. And if you'll notice, each arrow 15 feet past the foul line not only lines up with the guide dots on the approach, but with the pins, the front pins in the pin formation down on the pin deck. So the head pin lines up with the center arrow, the 4th arrow, and it lines up with the center dot on the approach. And at the foul line, and also back 12 feet away where the next set of guides are located, and 15 feet away where the final set of guides are located from the foul line. So typically, most bowlers will try to use the second arrow from the edge of the lane. It's a good place to start your initial alignment when you're targeting the pocket. You're going to make your strike delivery. So you want to put your sliding foot on the center dot and look at the second arrow. The second arrow should roughly be somewhere near the outside edge of your bowling shoulder when you're standing aiming. Now, it's all based on walking a straight line to the foul line, ending up where you begin. If you have a tendency to drift left or right, you've got to compensate slightly in where you adjust yourself for your initial alignment. So if you line up on the center dot and you walk straight, the second arrow will be a pretty good target to aim at. You may have to adjust slightly. We have plenty of articles here at Bowlversity on our site to help you learn about lane play adjustments. You might want to reference them and look into the Bowlversity section and look for lane play adjustments and other articles that reference that. Also, too, what the coaches teach you, and if you haven't consulted a coach, we recommend you do so. There's plenty of certified coaches in every area around the country. It's always smart to take a bowling lesson at least one time when you're learning to bowl. Not only to learn the good physical game skills, the mechanics or components of making a good approach you can repeat, making a good delivery, but also in learning how to sight and align yourself on the lanes. Now, the second arrow we feel is probably the best place for you to start. You can even shoot most of your spares off the second arrow, just adjusting your feet left or right. You want to seek a good spare shooting system, and again, a coach can help you. There are articles that you can reference to talk about alignment for shooting spares. However, we urge you to do is become as familiar as you can with using those bowling lane arrows. You want to make sure you try to regulate your ball speed each and every delivery, no matter where you play on the lane. You want to make sure that you pick the correct place to stand and slide on the approach for the arrow that you choose. And we think the process of alignment is always made easier using the arrows as opposed to just staring down at the pin somewhere and hoping the ball gets there. We hope some of this information helps you in using bowling lane arrows, and we want you to get out to the lanes and practice and take a bowling lesson. It's fun.